Have you ever stopped to think that everything you've learned about happiness might be wrong? That the choices you make today could be silently leading you to disaster? Most people are falling into such a subtle trap they don't even realize they're being destroyed from within. And worst of all, time is running out. Every impulsive decision, every ignored warning, every uncontrolled desire, it's another brick in building your own suffering. But here's the truth few dare to tell. There is a different path. A path that starts inside you in your mind and heart and can transform your present and future forever. If you stay with me until the end, you'll learn how the wisdom of Proverbs 5 can be your shield against the mistakes most people make and the guide to a full, balanced, and happy life. It's not magic, it's strategy, and I'll show you step by step. So, let's start this journey together. Lesson 1. Immediate pleasure can cause eternal pain. Have you ever faced a moment when something seems irresistible? Like a tempting sweet, a risky click, or even an impulsive decision in your work or relationships? Proverbs 5 starts with this warning. It describes temptation as something sweet on the lips, but bitter in the mouth. The metaphor is strong and real. How many times do we choose the now and forget tomorrow? We make decisions based on emotion, ignoring consequences. It may seem harmless at first, but slowly what once seemed good turns into pain that doesn't go away. Broken relationships, mounting bills, sleepless nights, all because immediate pleasure blinded us. What's even more dangerous is that the pain often comes when it seems too late to turn back. Proverbs 5 gives us a warning like a flashing red traffic light. Think before you act, because today's cheap thrill can be tomorrow's unpayable debt. This applies to so many areas of modern life, from uncontrolled social media, used to impulsive choices made when we're hurt or frustrated. Now, are you really paying attention to the warning signs God has placed on your path? Or are you walking blindfolded toward disaster? Hold on to that question, because the next lesson will make everything even clearer. Lesson 2. The illusion of the easy path always comes at a high price. Who hasn't been tempted to take a shortcut? That option that looks simpler, faster, less painful, but actually hides invisible traps. Proverbs 5 paints a vivid picture, a sweet, seductive invitation that leads to destruction. It's like a classic scam promising easy gain, instant happiness, or success without effort. In real life, it could be a miracle quick rich course, a text you shouldn't reply to, or choosing to ignore your principles for momentary gain. The problem? The bill always comes. And when it does, it's usually more expensive than we think. The cruelest part of the easy path is that it doesn't warn you exactly when it becomes a trap. At first, everything seems under control. Things seem to be working out. But slowly, you realize you've lost control. You're stuck in a cycle of regret, guilt, and frustration. Proverbs 5 speaks almost like a person who's been through this. In the end, you'll groan when your body is consumed. Strong words, right? Now think. Where in your life might you be choosing shortcuts? Whether in your spiritual, emotional, or professional growth, are you planting seeds for future problems just for quick satisfaction now? Keep this thought, because the next lesson will hit an even more sensitive nerve: the danger of ignoring advice. Lesson 3, ignoring wise advice is digging your own ruin. How many times have you heard valuable advice and simply ignored it? Maybe because you think you know better or pride spoke louder. Proverbs 5 is clear. Rejecting wisdom is like walking a dangerous path where the end only brings suffering. It's like digging a deep hole, harder and harder to climb out of. In modern life, this is like ignoring warning signs at work, postponing hard conversations at home, or closing your eyes to habits clearly hurting you. It seems simple, but all these little nods to advice add up to a life full of avoidable problems. The most painful part is that often we only realize the damage when it's too late. Pride, haste, and wanting to do things our way build a barrier that keeps us from seeing the truth. Proverbs 5 not only warns against this, but invites us to listen carefully, to value advice from trustworthy sources, especially those leading to life, not destruction. Have you ever stopped to think how many current problems could be avoided if you just took a step back to listen? Hold on to that question, because the next lesson is about controlling your desires and emotions, essential to changing this reality. Lesson 4. The importance of cultivating emotional discipline. Have you noticed how desires and impulses can be a silent enemy? Proverbs 5 makes it clear that giving in easily to desires is like building a sandcastle that the first strong wind destroys. Emotional discipline, the ability to control impulses, delay pleasures, and make conscious decisions, is a skill few develop, but that makes all the difference. In modern life, this means resisting the temptations of immediacy, overspending, unnecessary arguments, or procrastination keeping you from your goals. Those who cultivate this discipline build a solid foundation for a balanced life. But discipline isn't repression or rigidity. It's like learning to tame a wild horse. It requires patience, practice, and sharp attention. And the best part, when you control yourself, you open space for choices that really matter, those that build something lasting. Imagine how many dreams and relationships could be saved if we weren't slaves to emotions. The Bible, especially Proverbs, shows this skill isn't just advice, it's a strategy to thrive in all areas. Now think, are you in control of your emotions, or are they controlling you? Next up, we'll discover where true happiness really lies. Lesson 5. True happiness isn't outside. It's within. Proverbs 5 reminds us that true satisfaction isn't found in temporary things, but in something deeper and lasting. We live in a culture selling happiness as a product. That car, that job, that perfect relationship. But the Bible shows these outside pursuits often leave us empty, like trying to fill a leaky cup. True happiness comes from cultivating a wise heart, aligned with values that really matter, where peace, love, and integrity aren't just pretty words, but daily reality. Now, imagine if we could redirect our energy to what really matters without falling for superficial traps. Proverbs 5 invites us to look inward, to seek in God and wisdom the foundation that supports our life. Happiness born from this is resilient. It doesn't depend on outside conditions or get shaken by crisis or loss. And best of all, this happiness protects us from self-destructive choices because we already have enough within us. Stay tuned, because after this last lesson, I'll prepare an introduction that will make your audience glued to the video. Now that you've learned these powerful lessons from Proverbs 5, consider the impact they could have on your life. Have you noticed how small choices, seemingly harmless, open paths to giant problems? The good news is, you have the power to change that story, starting today with wisdom and awareness. Think, which lesson hit you the most? Where can you apply this to avoid traps and build something solid? Don't let this reflection end here. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. What challenge are you facing that these lessons can help with? Your participation keeps this channel alive and helps more people grow too. If this content made sense to you, subscribe now, hit the bell to never miss a new video, and join me on this path to a wiser, happier life. The challenge is set. Will you let instant pleasure rule your life or choose the wisdom that builds? The choice is yours, and I'm here to help.